Hey, American contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Merlin Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Merlin Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the for changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I as a contractor appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor who's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
What's up, everybody? I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, bringing you guys your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and American Contractor. Go ahead and check them out in the description to this video. So for today, we've got scattered storms, scattered risks all the way from Oklahoma up into the Ohio Valley. We got some wind, got some hail, so we'll talk about it. And then we've also got risks through the Ohio Valley once again for tomorrow for hail as well as wind. And then last but not least, checking in on the tropics, we've got one last disturbance that's just taking its sweet time through the Atlantic, and so we're going to take a last peek at that at the end of the show here. But first, getting into our upcoming events. So the first of those is going to be the OU-TCU tailgate by the Bud Wilkinson House on Jenkins in Norman. And that is this Saturday, so a couple days from now. So if you guys haven't been to our tailgates yet, we have free food, free beer, and we got the game on. So if you're looking for a fun place to go watch the OU game, chat with some friends, play some cornhole, come out to our tailgates. And if you've already been, then we're looking forward to seeing you again, hopefully. Then after the TCU tailgate, we're going to be at Grace and Grind. So this is the only women in roofing retreat. So if you are a woman in roofing and want to meet some like-minded folks and learn more about the industry, come out to Grace and Grind. This is going to be in Dallas, Texas, October 18th and 19th. And then last but not least for our upcoming events, we got the Orca Golf Tournament at the Belmar Golf Club in Norman once again on October 25th. So play some golf with us at the Orca Golf Tournament. Now into yesterday, we did have some activity through the plains here all the way from southern Texas all the way up into the Dakotas and Minnesota. So down in Texas, we did have a scattered hail report as well as a scattered tornado report, but the bulk of our reports from yesterday were going to be through the Minnesota, South Dakota, North Dakota border here, just south of Fargo. Got plenty of tornado reports and wind reports to go around just for that area. So pretty quiet across the country for yesterday, except for right here where we got plenty of tornado and wind reports for last night. Then into today, we should have a fairly quiet day once again across most of the country, except for this area here from the Ohio Valley down into Oklahoma. Now, these storms right here, where this nice line of precipitation is forming, that's right ahead of this cold front that's getting ready to push east. Already moved through Oklahoma, and it's going to continue to sink southeastward through that part of the state. And then through the Ohio Valley here, it's going to push eastward through the afternoon and evening hours, sparking some gusty winds and severe thunderstorms here and there. So ahead of that, we got plenty of daytime heating that we need for those storms to form through that area into today for our severe risks. And then the rest of us should stay pretty quiet. Check out this cold front all the way in the 80s for Florida, and then working our way down to near freezing in Casper, Wyoming right now. All that nice, cool Arctic air moving in behind that cold front. And here it is setting up right through the Mississippi Valley and Ohio Valley for today, where we're expecting to see our thunderstorms. So what that looks like on future radar, like I said, we do have a risk in Oklahoma and then a risk for the Ohio Valley. So for our Oklahoma risk, going to start out pretty quiet throughout most of the day. And then once we get into the early overnight hours, 10 p.m., here's when our storms start to blow up across the western part of the state. And those are going to track eastward as the night moves forward into Oklahoma City by 1:30 a.m. We're kind of getting used to these overnight, late day, early morning hour storms. And that's what we're going to get again into tomorrow morning, 1:30 a.m. Got this cluster storms moving through the area. Chance of hail with this cluster is going to be very low. However, it's non-zero, so we're going to put out a risk for you guys into late tonight, into the early morning hours for tomorrow. Then for the Ohio Valley, yet again, here's that frontal system moving through right now, and then that's going to keep trucking eastward as the afternoon goes on. Here we are by 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. Got some isolated bands or isolated storms forming through the area right now through Illinois and Indiana. And as those continue to push eastward, we're going to see those start to cluster up together, forming those bands. And here we are moving through the Indianapolis area by 8 p.m., through St. Louis, and through southeastern Missouri by the early evening hours. And then again, that's going to continue to truck off to the east through the overnight, producing some gusty winds here and there. Low-end chance for hail just because we don't see a whole lot of instability out ahead of that front, but there is enough to get a severe wind gust or two out of that. So for our hail forecast, we're going to keep that limited to just Oklahoma for today, although you could get 1 or 2 isolated severe storms through that system in the Ohio Valley. But for the bulk of our hail risk, that's going to be in Oklahoma. Oklahoma City, you are once again in that risk. Like I said, very low end chance to see a severe stone just because we're seeing clusters of storms in the overnight hours. However, once again, not a zero chance through this area, so we could see $0.25 to $0.50 for Oklahoma City into the overnight hours. Then up for our Ohio Valley risk, going to transition over to wind. So from Indiana all the way into Missouri, could see some 60-mile-an-hour gusts for us for this evening into the late night hours. So from Indianapolis to Evansville, Indiana, and then Poplar Bluff, Missouri. That's where we're going to see that wind chance into this evening. And again, should taper off as the sun goes down into the overnight hours. Then for tomorrow, we'll start to see things pick up. So you're not done today if you guys are in the Ohio Valley. You're not done after the storms today. We're going to get another round into tomorrow as that cold front just continues to kind of sink back as it heats throughout the day and then try to push forward through the overnight hours. We're going to start to see these forms kind of recurring through the Ohio River Valley. So here we are, 11 a.m., scattered storms through the region. And we'll start to see those continue to develop through the central part of Kentucky, through Arkansas, just scattered throughout the area by the early afternoon. Those are going to continue to push off to the east as bands. So we got one here, got another band here, and then some scattered storms up in the northeast. Any of those could produce some gusty winds, as well as a scattered hailstone or two in the severe limits. So that's going to continue to track eastward through the evening and the early overnight hours, once again, producing our severe threat for tomorrow. So here's what that looks like for our hail forecast. Not going to see high-end chances for anyone across the board since we are seeing more of a linear storm mode for most of those, which indicates wind more than hail. But anywhere from the northeast all the way down into Arkansas could see $0.25 to $0.50. So if you guys are in Little Rock, Nashville, Louisville, Kentucky, you guys could get some $0.25 to $0.50 with any of those storms that pass through your area. You'll have a few chances at that with each band that passes through. And then moving back up, Cleveland, Ohio, Buffalo, New York, again, $0.25 to $0.50 for you. Looking a little likelier up in the northeast right now as far as the far southwest due to the more instability in the southwest and more isolated storms up to the northeast. Then for our wind chances, looking like we could get some 60s again through any of that area, through the northeast, all the way down into Arkansas. So once again, Little Rock, low end chance for you. Things tend to band up as they move past you. And then they're going to roar into Nashville, into Louisville as that band. Could see a moderate chance of some severe winds into tomorrow evening for you guys. Same with Cleveland, looking like we got a couple bands passing through, and then Buffalo, New York, another low end chance for you. So that's what we have for our land risks for today and tomorrow. Could see some excitement in the Ohio Valley, as well as, fingers crossed, something in OKC for tonight. Stay tuned to your weather for that. And then we're just going to go over this tropical chance that we have here in the Atlantic. Looks like we got a lot of wind shear working with this system, so only a 10% chance of development for the next 2 to 5 days. Not really expecting to see much out of this. However, it's still trying out in the Atlantic right now, trying to form something. Chance is very low that it's going to do anything. Tropical season really was active at first and then just kind of shut off all at once. So this is our last hope right now for the time being for any sort of tropical development. But that's all we got for you guys. So we will be going into our severe risks and forecasts every day at noon. So if you guys want to catch those, you can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Hit See First on Facebook and you'll always catch our live videos. And then if you guys want to get in contact with us, you can call us at 855-334-4245. You can also email us if you'd rather at info@hailtrace.com or check out our website, hailtrace.com, for more details. And for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.